Hi dear students, you are watching Roots of Biology YouTube channel. On this channel I teach biology for high school students. So actually I am teaching now for class 10th Cbse, that is chapter 7, how do organisms reproduce. So in this chapter in my previous class I explained about the parts of flower. Suppose if you not watch my videos, please go back to my videos, then you will understand better, children. So those who are studying in Cbse, even for state syllabus, please try to go through these lessons. It's quite interesting and it is easy for you to understand. So I have showed some videos also. Please go back to that and understand. Okay. So today I'm going to explain you about the pollination and fertilization process. No, it's a what is pollination? The pollination is a very important process in a flower. It is helpful for transferring a pollen from a flower's male part to its female part. So I already told you, flower it include both male as well as female parts. So here the transfer of pollen from male part to the female part, that process is called pollination. So I can say the pollination is the first step in the process of, that is what we called as sexual reproduction. Okay. So and then there are different types of pollination we can see. Some pollination may occur through wind, some might be through insects, some might be through water. So here we have one video of a pollination which is occurred by an insect also known as a entophily, it is called as. So here what happened, insect carry a pollen from one flower to another flower. So it's a very important and the beautiful process, that is what we called as pollination. So another important process you can see here, you have a look at this picture. So already told you about the male and female part. So here the pollen when it transferred from male part to the female part, the next process what will continue, there is a that process, what we called it as a the fusion of these male as well as female gamete. It result in the formation of a new offspring, or we can say the egg, the formation of an egg. So later it will develop into a new species. This is what we called as fertilization. So I hope you got it. Am I right, children? So this is what we called as pollination and fertilization. So come, let us discuss about this in detail in my next slide. Okay. Come, let us move on to the next slide. Now let us discuss in detail about this pollination process. Okay. So the pollination, it is a transfer of pollen grains from the anther of the flower. You can see here, children. I think a hibiscus flower, it's a familiar one because you can study in detail about the different parts of flower and how the processes will take in place. Everything we can study in detail here. So here what happened here? So these are yellow color structure I already told you. So this is anther. It include pollen grains. Am I right? So here they given two flowers. Okay. So here what happened? The transfer of pollen grains, whatever the small yellow color particles will be there, no? So that will be transferred from one flower to the another flower. So stick where it will transfer from anther, pollen grains, it will transfer to the stigma of another flower. So maybe flower to the stigma of the same flower it might transfer, or it might be transferred to the another flower. So this process is called pollination. So I hope you are clear, children, now. So I already told you the pollination might occur through insect or through the wind. Okay. So this is very important process in a flower. So the next process, the next let us study in detail about this now. Now let us study about the types of pollination. I hope you understand about the pollination of children. So better example I told you already. The taking example is a hibiscus is better to understand. So here you can see it can be of two types. The first type of pollination, we called it as a self-pollination, which is followed by another type called cross-pollination. So these are two different types of pollination. So now the question will come to your mind that what do you mean by self-pollination then? So here what happened? The pollens I told you, right? So the pollens from the same flower or another flower on the same plant, the transfer of pollen occur from the same flower or another flower of the same plant. So this is what we called as it will fertilizes the ovule later. So this type of pollination is called self pollination. So pollen from the same flower and another flower on the same plant. So this is what we called as self pollination. So it all only one plant here. So it is a less genetic variation occur here. So the common example I can say for this type of pollination is pea plant, wheat, rice. So these are the better examples for this. So it does not need any external pollinators. Okay, it does not involve any external pollinators. So it will occur in the same plant. Okay, in the same flower or in the another flower on the same plant. So this is what we call as self-pollination. So which is followed by another type, that is cross-pollination. So here what happened? The pollen from the flower of one plant fertilizes the ovule of the different plant of the same species. So here the cross-pollination occur in different plant. Okay. So the pollen from the flower of the one plant, it will transfer to the another plant. So this is why it is called as cross-pollination. So it involves two plants. It requires two plants, not only one plant. So it has a more genetic diversity. So common example I can give you like apple is a better example, maize is a better example, sunflower is also a better example. So it require agents. I already told you, no types. The agents are the carriers or the vectors. It is helpful to transfer this pollen. It's wind, insect, and birds. Okay, I think you have observed some birds. They will carry the seeds. They will throw somewhere. Am I right? So they will carry these. They will the pollen grains. It will stick to the beak of those plant. Sorry, birds. And when it will go to another flower, it will transfer that to there. So like that insect also. So it will suck, right? It will suck the juices in flowers. During that time, it will take that pollen grains and it will transfer to the another flower. So like that I can give, like even in wind. Okay, the wind is a very good thing. It will carry, it will transfer easily the pollination process. So this is what we call as self pollination and cross pollination. I hope you got it. Let us move on to the next slide. Now let us discuss about the pollinating agent. So it is very important, children, to know about this pollinating agent. So it is mainly divided into two types, that is abiotic factors and the one is biotic factors. So what are these abiotic? Abiotic is nothing but, what do you mean by abiotic? You already studied this. Abiotic is nothing but non-living. Biotic is nothing but living. Whether wind is a living species? No, right? So it is considered as a abiotic factor. So even water is also. So how does occur then in wind? Light, dry pollen easily get carried by wind. Because of the force of the wind, it will carry the pollens. Usually we can see in grasses, maize and wheat. Okay. So the next type of abiotic agent is water. So here what happened? The pollen floats in water to reach the another flower. Okay. Usually we can see in aquatic plants like Vallisneria and Hydrilla. So these type of pollination which occur in these plants. So another thing is biotic factors. Better example I can give you is the birds. So better example is hummingbirds and sunbirds. So usually they prefer brightly colored tubular flowers with lots of nectars. Okay, so like hibiscus is a better example. So there they will transfer the pollen. So the second one is insects. So usually bees, butterflies, moths, beetles, so they undergo this process. So they're attracted by bright flowers, nectars and scents. So later during that time, the pollen grains, it may stick to their legs. Okay, it will transfer those to the other species, other parts of a flower. So the next one is bats. Bats is also a very good example I can say. It's pollinate at night. So they prefer large, pale colored, strong scented flowers. So this is what we called as the pollinating agent. So this is regarding the pollinating agent. I hope you got it. Let us move on to the next slide now. I am showing you the video of pollination. Please have a look at this video, children. So beautifully, so how it is, actually it is trying to suck the nectar. So along with that, so it will be sticking those pollen grains to the legs. So this is one of the best example I can give you, the pollination process which occur through insect. Okay, so this is a biotic pollination. So this is regarding a better example is this. So the next one is, you can see, butterfly. So the butterfly is also a very good example. So you can see here. So how it will stick to that flower. It will attract it towards, even the butterfly looks beautiful. So even the flower is also beautiful. It attracted towards the beautiful scent and the nectar of the flower. So later it will stay, those pollen grains will stick to the legs. When it will transfer to the different area, so it will stick to another flower, then it will transfer. So this is better example for cross pollination. I hope you got it. Let us move on to the next slide, children. So we already discussed about the parts of flower. Am I right, children? So now let us try to understand about this fertilization. So before understanding fertilization process, you need to understand about the male and reproductive parts of flower. I already explained you. So again, I am going to sum up with this. So you can see here. So this is part called as male. Anther is a male reproductive part. So it conclude filament. This get we call it as a stamen. So here we can see a small granular structures called pollen grains. So it will usually sticking on to the stigma. So during the process of fertilization. So later what happen here? You can see it will reach to the ovary which is present at the base. So this process, it is usually taken place. So once the fusion of these male as well as female gametes, it results in the formation of a zygote. So this particular process is called as fertilization. So let us go in detail in our next slide about fertilization process. Okay. Now let us try to understand about process of fertilization. So how would this process occur? So usually what happen, I already told you, the pollen will is transferred from male reproductive part, that is from anther to female reproductive part. So that is stigma. Okay, it will transfer from anther to the stigma. The process is often, I already discussed with you, the carriers. It is helpful to transfer this to the wind through insect or animals. Okay, so later what happen? The pollen tube grow down the style. These pollen tube, the next step is it will grow down the style starting from the pollen grain towards the ovary. So this particular part is called ovary. When the pollen tube it reaches the ovary, it releases the sperm cell. Okay, so this is sperm cell. So once when it is reaches, so it will release sperm cell into it. Only one sperm cell it fuses with the egg cell. Just think. So only one sperm cell it will fuses with the egg. Okay, so it releases the sperm cell into it. So later what happen? Only one sperm cell it fuses with the egg cell, so it results in the formation of a zygote. You can see here. So this is what we called as, this step is known as fertilization. The fusion of male and female gametes results in the formation of a zygote. Okay, another sperm cell combined with two other cells. So another sperm cell, there are two sperm cells will be present. Am I right? So it includes two sperm cells. One sperm cell it fuses with egg to form a fertilization process. So that is zygote formation. So later another sperm cell combine with two other cell forming a endosperm. So it will form an endosperm. So this particular process, it's a nutritive tissue. So it will provide nutrition for the baby. So this process is known as double fertilization. So zygote develop into an embryo within the ovule. So zygote develop into an embryo within the ovule. The fertilized ovule mature, it will become a seeds. Okay, these fertilized ovule it will become mature into seeds. It contain a embryo, endosperm and protective seed coat. It include a protective seed coat. Have you observed seeds? So how this seeds formation occur? Through this process only. So the ovary develop into fruit that protect the seed and aid in the dispersal. Seeds are spread by wind, water, animal or mechanical means. So under favorable condition what happens? The seed sprouts and the embryo develop into a new plant. So this is what we called as fertilization process in a flowering plants. Come, let us move on to the next slide. So we already discussed about this double fertilization process. Now let us try to understand in detail. So already told you the pollination occur first, which is followed by entry into the ovule. The pollen tube penetrate the ovule through the opening called micropyle. So later what happen? Inside the pollen tube, two sperm cells will be present. How many cells will be present? Two. So both the sperm cell released into the embryo sac. Both the sperm cell it released into the embryo sac. So it usually contain one egg cell, you can see here, and two polar nuclei. The polar nuclei will be present, often fused to form a diploid nucleus, and we have another structure called synergids and antipodal cells. So these are the different structures which is present in a ovule. So first fertilization, how does it occur? So here what happen? One sperm cell fuses with the egg cell. One sperm cell it fuses with the egg cell. This form a zygote, which is developed into embryo. Got it? One sperm cell. There are two sperm cells, right? So one sperm cell it fuses with the egg cell. It results in the formation of a zygote, so which is developed into an embryo. Got it? So second fertilization, that is why it is called as double fertilization. So other sperm cell fuses, another sperm cell will be there, right? So that will fuses with the two polar nuclei. You can see these are the polar nuclei which is present there. So another, it will react, one sperm cell will form a zygote, another sperm cell react with it will fuses with two polar nuclei in the center of the embryo sac. So this form which develop into an endosperm. So the endosperm provide a nutrient for developing embryo. So that's why we can say the zygote develop into embryo. The primary endosperm so develop into endosperm. It will provide a nutrition for the embryo. So the ovule it becomes seeds, and the ovary develop into a fruit. So this is what we called as double fertilization process. So endosperm form only after fertilization. Energy is not wasted on unfertilized ovule. So nutrient supply will be provided by the endosperm here. So that double fertilization is not found in any other species. Only we can see this in angiosperms. So that's why we can say the flowering plants are the most important in uh, in the angiosperm species. So that's why I hope you got it, children. Till now I explained you about the fertilization process as well as pollination. Let us discuss about in our next class. Next class, any guesses? Please write in a comment box. I will not tell you what I'm going to teach the next class. You must learn. You must go through my videos and understand and come for my next class. I'm going to explain the very important concepts in my next class. Okay, children. Let us. Thanks for watching my video till now. Please do watch my videos. Please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you. It might be useful to many students. Please do share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.